I would now like to welcome to the stage the host for the awards ceremony that's upcoming, Valerie Keller, CEO and co-founder of Imagine.
Thank you, Arwama. It's good to be back here in Iceland. When I was here last time, and many of you may have been here in the conversation, we were all talking about the Me Too movement. And if you think about it now, every day, everywhere, there are movements that are shaping our world. Where I live in London, people are chaining themselves to the bridges for Extinction Rebellion to protest the climate catastrophe. And I just flew in from Paris, where I was for the Global Forum with business leaders, and if I had wanted to go shop at Galeries Lafayette, I couldn't have because the yellow vest had shut it down. And if you woke up this morning and turned your television on, you would have seen people in the streets in Hong Kong and Iran, right? So the power of movements to shape our world, and what gets people out in the streets? What unites all of us in these movements? What brought you here today and yesterday and the time that you've been in here in these conversations? It's a shared belief in a world that works for all. So I'm the oldest of 7 girls. I know a little bit about women power, except that when I was growing up, women didn't have power. So my sisters and I grew up in a cult, yes, a cult, in the cornfields of Indiana, where women were told to submit to men, and where there was a whole set of rules around the way it should be, what the world should look like, and how power, and who had power, and what was valuable. And when at the age of 19, my husband, who I had met at 15, was having an affair, and the church elders, 3 men, were counseling me to take him back, to quit my job at the homeless shelters, and to drop out of a mentorship program. And I had a choice in that moment. And the choice is one that we all are living in right now, too. I had the choice to either be held as a prisoner, not in the cult that had barbed wires and walls, because we didn't have that, but to be held by the beliefs of others, right? And shaped that that's what life is, and that's what it meant to be in the world. Or I could choose to say, there's a better world, and I get to choose and have the power that shapes that belief, yeah? And that's why we see movements. That's what's possible, is the changing of the mindsets and the being able to say, we believe differently on what it is, yeah? But in order to change the trajectory of the way it is and what we're in, right? If you think about a movement, and I was thinking about it as I was looking at a flock of birds recently. You know how the birds kind of do this thing where they're moving together, and then all of a sudden they'll shift and start to move in a different way? Yeah? What causes that? Why does something move into a new direction? It takes 1 or 2 or maybe 3 to shift the flock, and then the direction changes. And so that's our first award that we're going to honor here today, is the Trailblazers Award. 3 women who have reached the heights of political power, and by doing so, shaped a new norm, a new possibility for their nations, for their societies, and for their worlds. Let's discover them together. Let's honor them. They've come a long way to be with us so that we can celebrate these trailblazers in person. I ask that you please join me in giving a very warm welcome to the stage, Peru's first female prime minister, the National Ombudsman as one of her other roles, and I love this title, National Ombudsman, Defender of the People. Yeah? Please give a warm welcome to Beatrice Marino. Welcome. It's so good to have you with us here. Thank you. Pleasure.
Thank you.
Yeah. It's an honor. I hope you don't mind us calling by first names. We're in Iceland, right? So exactly. But we say Your Excellency is just a great title. It means a lot of things. It means there are the excellencies, and we'll also call by first names. It's Beatrice. Welcome. Thank you
so much.
And we have the Girl to Leaders who are going to present the award as well, as we do.
Thank you so very much.
Thank you. I like how she holds it out like that, right? That's right. This is standing for that. Thank you for being with us today. Do you want to come and stand over here, guys? Come and join us. Yeah. And the next trailblazer that we're going to honor here, the last time that I saw her, she was blazing a trail in Bellagio, and she was there as part of a global gathering of leaders who had come from around the world for something called Solvable. And you heard up on here earlier, we were talking about how important it is to have hope and to look at not just what's happening in terms of climate crisis and biodiversity and gender equality through the lens of something negative, but what's solvable. And she was up on stage, and as she was talking about how her very existence in the halls of political power had completely shifted mindsets, and how she had been able to blaze a new trail for all of us, breaking the pattern, not just for women, but for the whole of humanity. Last time I saw her, I actually said, you represent gender equality in many of its levels and what has shifted it. Please give a warm welcome to the former Prime Minister of Australia, Julia Gillard. Her Excellency, for sure. That's it, yeah. What, do we have the award soon? Yeah. Thank you. And last but certainly not least, a woman who has not only used her positions of political power, but through her foundation has also helped to unleash science in service of society. The former female president of Mauritius, Amina Garab Fakim. Welcome, Amina. It's an honor to have you here. Thank you for your contributions. Thank you. Yes. And do we have a Girls Leader Award as well? Fantastic. Please join me. Let's have you guys come back together. Take the stage, center stage, right here. Come on, ladies, let's do that. We say 2 prime ministers and a president. And can I invite Silvana? Listen. Totally. And also joining us on stage, the founder of Women Political Leaders and co-founders of the Forum, Silvana Corporan, who you know well, and Hanna Kristendottir. Thank you. They traveled so far to be with us, but more than anything, they traveled so far in their lives and created That's What's Possible. One more round of applause, please, for our Trailblazer Award honorees. Ladies and gentlemen, Vox Femina. And the song inspires, right? The idea that you have voices that just start to come up, and then there's the harmony of that together. And as we were thinking about the power of song to help unlock the imagination, it reminded me of another song, the song Imagine, that was written, by the way, by John Lennon and Yoko Ono. So history has been rewritten to recognize the fact of that. And I think somebody might have shared it already, but not far away from here, there's something called the Peace Tower. Did you guys hear about that? Yeah, this is this monument to peace that was created. And I think what was so beautiful about the song, and it relates to this award that we're going to recognize here, is of the lines in that song, which is about the power of imagination, and it is about hope, and it is about the power of the artist to help to sing us awake as well, to help humanity imagine a new dream. But I think the most powerful line in the song from John and Yoko was the line where he says, "You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one." Because we get power in the collective. There's something about us as humans who want meaning and belonging in this world to say, oh, I'm not just the trailblazers, there's others who are dreaming as well. And the power of the collective is also one of the movements that we see. So while we see people who are out on the streets all around the world saying it's not okay to have discrimination, it's not okay for rising inequality to be ripping us apart, and it's not okay for our climate to be turning, Mother Earth to be in so much pain, another movement that we see is the power of the people to come together in small groups to start to behave differently and act the same together. And the idea of this, of course, inspired so much my company that I've co-founded called Imagine. And what we see there with business leaders who are coming together and CEOs acting not as CEOs, but as members of tribe humanity who know what time it is to work on transformation of fashion or travel and tourism or whatever that is. But there's something about us coming together to make decisions together and in collaborative partnerships that has power that we recognize and we honor here, and that you're embodying in many ways as well. And the next time that I see those CEOs, I think they're going to have some lessons to learn from our next award recipients. Please join me in getting to know and celebrating the recipients of the first Power Together Award, those trailblazers in their own right who have come together for the End Period Poverty movement. I think we're going to give you a sneak peek. Reflecting on this Trailblazer Award and now the power of the collective, I would say inspiring individuals can change lives, but the power of the collective can change the world. And when Silvana told me that they had created this award and used it as an opportunity to bring together, I think it's 24 different organizations around the world, because if you've seen on the forefront of this movement, you know there's so many people who are looking at this as a leverage point. And says, okay, if we can help solve this, very easy, solvable, if we just put our willpower together and our technologies and work with governments and systems, then maybe we could actually change the lives of women and change societies, and who've been looking at that individually and now coming together. There's 24 who have been recognized in this award. There are 16 who have come here with us today. We're going to move through it pretty quickly, but do give them some love, as they've come such a far way and are working grassroots on the streets around the world to help us. Please join me in welcoming first to the stage Afri Pads. Congratulations. Thank you for your work. Yeah, we're honored to have you. Yeah. Thank you. Come and join us over here. Yep. Do y'all mind if I keep my cheat sheet with me? The next award recipient is B Girl. Thank you for your work. Huh? Good to have you here. Thank you. Come and join us here. Next is Coco Row Advanced Lingerie for Period. Thank you so much for being with us and for your work. Congratulations. You'll have to share. I don't think that's a problem. It's about collaboration. Wonderful. Thank you. Congratulations. Next award recipient is Days for Girls. Thank you for your work. Congratulations. Thank you. Our next award recipient, I love the name, Grow and Know. Thank you. Congratulations. Thanks for your work. Next is Horu International. Thank you for your work and your leadership. Congratulations. The next, please give a warm round of applause to iRise International. Congratulations. Thank you for your work. Thank you. They have partnerships in the name, the Maverick Collective. Congratulations. Thank you for your work. Appreciate your leadership. Thank you. McKinsey Design. Congratulations. Thank you for your work. Pleasure. We got an award for you. Thank you. Our next award goes to Menstrual Health Hub. Wow, great tattoo. I love that. Thanks for that. She is a work of art. Thank you. Congratulations. Oh, I love the name of this. It says it all. Period Pride. Keep our girls in school. All right. Thank you. Thanks for your service. Appreciate it. Congratulations. Thank you. Please join me in giving a warm round of applause to The Case for Her. Congratulations. Thank you for your service. Oh, excellent. Partnership and collaboration all the way around. Also works of art. Yeah. Thank you. Congratulations. So double collaborations, no? Yeah, why not? A few more. Quake Society. Please give them a warm welcome and our thanks for their service as well. Yeah, thank you. Congratulations. All right, thank you. Tina Pads. Wow, okay. Are they here with us? We'll give them love anyway. That's it. I also love the name of this one. It embodies so much. Womina. Did I say it right? Is it Womina? Yeah? That works. Okay. Thank you so much for your service. Yeah? And your leadership. Thank you. And last but certainly not least, please give a very warm welcome to Water Aid. Thank you. Congratulations. All right, ladies, you look so beautiful. We have to have one center stage photo right here. Everybody coming in together, right? I mean, you looked really nicely spread out like that, but there's something about symbolically collective coming together, power together. You probably need us to get in a little bit more, right? We good? I'm not supposed to be in the front. I am way too tall to be in the front. I'm always in the back of the photos. Hannah, Savannah, yeah, exactly. They put us in the back. You see this? The tall women in the back. Yeah, come on. Okay, spread a little bit. Now they don't like it. Spread out a little bit. We do. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Beautiful. Wonderful. Oh, happily together. Woo! Excellent. Thank you so much. Thank you for your work. Thank you for your leadership. Yeah, we are honored to have you as well. Ladies and gentlemen, one more round of applause. Please give them lots of love for all the love they give in the world. Yeah? Oh,
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yes.
Wonderful. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being you. That's what you do. Beautiful. I don't know about you, but I'm so moved just at seeing these women who give their lives to help others and who don't take no for an answer and who have the power of ideas and innovation and now collaboration. And our next Power Together Award embodies that as well. Did you know that there are 6 women who have received the Nobel Peace Prize? What? Is that not right? Yeah, she's signaling at me. Okay. The Nobel Women's Initiative is our next award recipient, and I think we have a little bit of info on them as well. Yeah? On behalf of the Nobel Women's Initiative, who have said, we don't subscribe to militarism, violence, and discrimination. We stand for peace, justice, and the equality. The chair and Nobel Peace Prize laureate in 1997, Jody Williams. Thanks, Jody. Do you guys see this rainbow she has in her hair? She is a rainbow. Excellent. Beautiful. Thank you for standing for that. And also thank you for your encouragement for us that peace is every day. Yeah? You embody it. So thank you for that and the power together. So this is where I have the moderator's right to go a little bit off script because there is another award that we've just created here today because there is somebody here who embodies both of our awards, both the Trailblazer Award and the Power Together Award. And if you've been coming here to this forum, you probably know who I'm talking about. You wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for one woman who embodies resilience, who embodies in many ways the ability to think outside of the constraints of what is and to help create a platform, being a trailblazer and providing a platform for power together. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage and help give a lot of love to the founder of Women Political Leaders and the co-founder of this forum, Silvana Corcoran. come on. Yeah, exactly, exactly. Yeah, it's fine. You can try.
Thank you so much. I had not the slightest idea of this. No, I would wear different socks for a start. So I'm really incredibly touched and overwhelmed, and had not really. I was just kind of complaining to Hannah, looking at her like, were you aware of this? Did you? And she said, oh, nothing to do with it. So what? I'm truly honored, and I'm just really overwhelmed. It's always, for me, the greatest gift and honor of this work to meet so many incredible women. And it's just every time after a conference, after having had the occasions to talk, to listen, it's like a bit of a rebirth, and getting in all these energies and courage that you represent is just really, really, truly amazing and inspiring. So thank you, and thank you for having me come on stage like this, and hope you don't mind that I shed a few tears, but
We love it. We're all human beings doing the thing.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Silvana, for letting us honor you.